Such people have to be something so extraordinary that they become righteous, virtuous, compassionate, and very dynamic people. They have the greatest quality is of compassion, which though we accept in our ordinary life, in medical science we do not accept. But on what basis is the medical science? Is compassion. So you become the compassion. This is the point, is to be seen. When we talk of the fourth dimension, we talk of the beyond. And when we talk of the beyond, we have to project our mind to see what do we expect ourselves to be when we become something of the beyond. Are we going to be the same mean, aggressive, complicated human being, or are we going to be something like a saint? So this projection has to be brought in the minds of the doctors. Unless and until they project their mind to that extent to see that if we have to be at a higher position, we have to accept that we have to be better people. Now, Sahaja Yoga is the synthesis of all the three powers that are within us. The first is the physical power, the second is the emotional power, and third is the evolutionary power. You become the synthesis of all these three powers. It's not the analysis, but medical science is the analysis. So it just analyzes physical side, goes on analyzing, so that you have one doctor for one eye and another doctor for another. But a doctor has to understand that there is no solution for many problems that we have. So they have to raise their eyes higher to see that there must be something missing that we have to do. Of course, medical science is very important because once you get your realization, even you may not be a doctor, and you become established Sahaja Yogi, you can cure people. But with medical science, you can prove that it has been cured. So medical science also has its own purpose. And the basics of medical science, that is compassion, is now expressed through the human being who becomes the embodiment of compassion. It's not poetry, it's not some sort of a abstract thing, but is a happening of evolution that has to take place, and this is the last breakthrough about which many people, scientists and also doctors, we can say psychologists, have talked about, though they are not taken seriously. So now there is time for us to think seriously about it and to know that we are not only this body, mind and ego, but we are something beyond. That is the fourth dimension. And what are we then? We are the auto, and the auto is called as self. Unless and until you project your mind higher and do not get contented with what discoveries you have made on a physical gross level, you cannot see the point of view of Sahaja Yoga. And what is there to argue about when Sahaja Yoga is curing people? Why do you argue? Why don't you see how it is cured? Supposing a doctor is practicing and people go and argue with him. How do you cure? You will tell him, what do you mean? I am not supposed to tell you all that, but I do cure. Now you have a certificate, say from a medical college or somewhere, so you think you are a doctor. But supposing somebody has a certificate from the divine itself, then why not see Why not keep your eyes open like a scientist? Why close them by whatever you have known so far? Why make a barrier out of the scientific research you have done? Why not be a research student in Sahaja Yoga also and see for yourself that you really achieve that state? You have to become that state. While those who talk of the fourth dimension otherwise make people mad. They make them lunatics. They end up as lost races. So how can that be a fourth dimension? There are so many cases of these people. One can show that doing those horrible courses and things, they have become really mad. And they are good for nothing. They are cheats. They are doing all the bad things that one can do. So how can you say that this meditation helps anyone to be a better person or a better person in hell? Moreover, to be only all right in hell is not sufficient. One must also see that one. One should not be so much attached to the body. Because supposing if you have all the wrestlers or boxers in this country, now take a position like that, then what will happen? As it is, we have too many of them. Now what we need are the saints. Not physically over healthy people who will try to boss over others, but people who are saints who can help without charging any money, without any aggression, out of compassion, effortlessly, those who are suffering physically. But there is another barrier which must be told very frankly, that when you become a Sahaja Yogi, the vital forces of new dimensions start flowing effortlessly. And you do not charge any money for that. You enjoy your own compassion. Compassion, that is the basis of medical science. So, that state maybe doctors may not like to have. But there are many, many people who cannot be cured by Sahaja Yoga, and they can come to doctors, so doctors should not have fears about it. How many people can be helped by Sahaja Yoga cannot be said. But those who come to Sahaja Yoga can be helped. So it should be at least accepted as a higher type of redemption or a curing power which must be accepted, and those who can be cured by that must be given a chance, and there should be no barrier about it.